Mr. Jerry Bradley. Jerry is a singer-songwriter and also the creator of Unseen Crossbearers, which kind of, I believe, is a collective name, Jerry, for your music, and really kind of acknowledges all the people that are kind of involved in your music ministry that are not necessarily acknowledged up front, like the artists, vocalists, producers, creators, all that sort of thing. Is that right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that we never really recognize. Now, you said I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm really more of a songwriter, but I push through here on Red's Room. Uh,
We enjoy it.
with Mother's Day being right upon us tomorrow, I was trying to pick out some songs that was kind of fit that, but Mary Cried. I've done this on the show several times before, but that's about as close as I'm going to get. But to all the mothers out there, I want to do say Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to Autumn Care Nursing Home tomorrow, and we'll be giving out some roses and talking to the ladies uh, and to the gentlemen. And we'll play a little music and so forth. But I'm so glad to see you again. It's been a minute since we've talked last, and really enjoyed that. So, uh, if you don't mind, because I know we're pushing time a little bit, I'm going to get right into Mary Cried.
I love it. Mary Cried by Mr. Jerry Bradley right here on Red's Room.
The people started listening to what he had to say. He talked of love in heaven, and they followed in his way. The bitter, holy men tried to bring him to disgrace. On his head a crown of thorns which bled unto his face. Mary cried. Oh, how she cried. Mary cried. Yes, Mary cried. Onto the cross they nailed him, the Holy Father's Son. Yet he asked to forgive them, for they know not what they've done. What man could have such love for those who tortured him, that he'd ask for forgiveness as he took on all their sins? And Mary cried. Mary cried. Yes, Mary cried. Oh, how she cried. To ensure that he died, a spear was thrust within, and they took him down and sealed him in the tomb he was put in. We know that 3 days later he arose from that tomb in his holy body, which still showed all his wounds. And Mary cried. Mary cried. Yes, Mary cried. Oh, how she cried. And though he proved them wrong, he's truly the Father's Son. From the right hand of the Father, he'll forgive us for all we've done. We fall short of God's grace, but he's given us a way to join him up in heaven. Ask forgiveness as you pray. Mary cried. Mary cried. Mary cried. a joyful cry.
Mary Cried by Mr. Jerry Bradley right here on show number 346 of Red's Room. Jerry, that's a beautiful song. Lisa said, uh, now she's crying. So, but that's a beautiful, reflective piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's funny how different songs will kind of connect and touch different people. The next song I'm going to do is like brand new, as in, well, here, I'll show you. If you can see, it's still got wet ink on it. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
uh,
Exciting.
this song, it's got a long story behind it. I don't want to take too much time, but I wrote this song when I was a teenager,
Hmm.
uh, many, many years ago. Well, I didn't write this song. I wrote a song. And be honest with you, I probably couldn't tell you the lyrics if I had to, but I kept the music. And
Hmm.
so I'm not going to say how old I am, but that was a long time ago. And I was playing for somebody last Sunday, and I'd gotten to the point where my vocals were shot. I've been playing all day singing, and they said, just play for me. And I started picking this song. And it was like, I remember this. This was from a long time ago. So basically, what I did is I took this song and kind of took it and put new lyrics to it, uh, but kept the melody. And I sent it to my sister today, and she cried. Well, I sent her the lyrics, she cried. Then I sent her the song after I sang it, and she cried. This was kind of has to do with where we, as young children or kids or even teenagers, my sister and I would go to this one place that was very peaceful, very calming, and kind of get away from and take everything that was going on and take refuge there. And this song is called, and I hope I'll be able to do it justice going through it because, like I said, it's brand new. Uh, and I'm sure there's going to be some revisions before it's over with. But this one's called This Is Where I Want to Be.
Beautiful. Jerry Bradley with his brand new song, This Is Where I Want to Be, right here on Red's Room.
The sounds of the stream are gentle as it sings to me. This is where I want to be. Trees swaying in the breeze, I can feel his spirit here. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Won't you come along with me? This is the gift he gave me as he calms my troubled soul. This is where I want to be. I take his gift with me wherever I go. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Won't you come along with me? Life, it can be painful, but the Lord walks with me. This is where I want to be. When he's by my side, I can do what can't be done. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Won't peace it can be with you, no matter what you've done. This is where I want to be. Receive his gift of love, and you can overcome. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Won't you come along with me? This is where I want to be. Won't you come along with me?
This is Where I Want to Be by Jerry Bradley right here on Red's Room this evening. Jerry, I would never have known that the ink was so fresh on that song. It was beautiful. Thank you for sharing it with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, that's the first version. I'm not one of those songwriters that will sit down and put out a song in 20 minutes and say I'm good. I keep going back and picking at it and changing it and so forth. This next song I've done before, and this is actually version 11.
Version
Lisa,
11.
Lisa Perez Ford and myself, we wrote this song together, and we did a praise and worship version that was much longer. But as we sent this out to some of the radio stations, praise and worship stations loved it. Some of the other stations said, like the song, too long. So we did a new version of it. So Mary Cried, You Love Me, Jesus, will both of them be coming out soon. Mary Cried was sang by Kathy Pelletier, did an amazing job on it. And You Love Me, Jesus, the only thing we're waiting on right now is the vocals. And my vocalist, unfortunately, she had some issues in the family. Her dad took ill, and so, but she'll be back, and as soon as we get that done, we'll get this out. This one's called You Love Me, Jesus.
Jerry Bradley on Red's Room.
You can always tell when I get into a song, I start rocking.
I'm swaying right here with you.
You love me, Jesus. Your love warms my soul. You love me, Jesus, like a blanket from the cold. You love me, Jesus, no matter my sin. You love me, Jesus, your love never ends. In your presence, full of grace, in your love, in your embrace, all my fears, they finally fade. I am covered, unafraid. You love me, Jesus, my lonely days are gone. You love me, Jesus, I know where I belong. You love me, Jesus, you paid the price for me. You love me, Jesus, your blood sets me free. In your presence, full of grace, in your love, in your embrace, all my fears, they finally fade. I am covered, unafraid. This is the life I have gained. there's no shame. Yours is a love I must share. No other love can compare. In your presence, full of grace, in your love, in your embrace, all my fears, they finally fade. I am covered, unafraid. You love me, Jesus. You love me, Jesus. You love me, Jesus.
And Jerry Bradley with You Love Me, Jesus. We are absolutely true, right? We are
Yeah,
absolutely loved.
yeah, and like I said, I think that's a good song, and I don't think I'm being big-headed by saying it, because the way now realize we've now did this song 11 different versions, and we had a long version which was number 10, and we shortened it down. And as an artist, that's a lot of mixing and mastering and playing this thing over and over and over again. And the reason why I'm saying this must be a good song, because even after all that, I still like it.
Yes.
So
That's good. I'm glad you still like it.
yeah, sometimes you get a song, and after by the time you get finished with it, it's like, oh, I'm so tired of that song. And
Yeah,
I'm not tired of that one. I like
you
that.
still
Just
love it.
it
That's
moves
cool.
me.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell us quickly what's been happening and where people can kind of find out more about what's going on in this recording and when that'll be out.
Well, I don't know when it's going to be out. Like I said, we've got actually we have 4 songs in the can right now, just waiting on last minute things, vocals mainly. Uh, and we're going to try to get them out. What I'm hoping to do is do oh, gosh, what is it called? Not an album, but where we release 3 songs, 3 or 4 songs at one time.
Like
And
the EP sort of thing.
yes, a EP. Thank you. Uh,
Yeah.
and so we're trying to get that done. Been a lot going on, and that song that I just played you was a lot of fun, because in the music industry, for lack of a better term, there's a lot of work that goes on, and sometimes it stops being fun. And so I always find the creative and the writing and the sharing, that's the fun. Sitting behind a computer on a DAW all day is not the fun stuff. So, but talking about fun,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna. This is my last song. I'll just do 4 or whatever tonight. Uh,
Great.
but this is one that we closed the show in Georgia with, uh,
No.
and it's almost become part of uh, what we do every time I come on and playing this song. Uh, kind of brings back fond memories of everybody getting up on stage and singing along with it. So
That was
this
fun.
one is I'll Fly Away. Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have grown, I'll fly away like a bird from and boys have flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Jerry Bradley, also known as Unseen Crossbearers, right here on 364 or even 346, show number 346 of Red's Room, closing us out with the classic and the song that we sang at the Georgia getaway last year. I'll fly away. Elizabeth was singing along. I was getting into it, just like old times, just like old times. Jerry, thank you so much for being a part of this evening. Thank you for sharing your heart and your story with us. Always appreciate it. And do you have Facebook or a website or anything like that?
The easiest way, I mean, yeah, I'm on the streaming sites, but the easiest way is just to go to unseencrossbearers.com. That's the web page, and you can get what we've produced so far. And we've got that. We've actually got a few poems that we've read, played background music to, and stuff like that. So we're moving along. I think 2024 is going to be a big year for us because we got so much stuff that's at the very end of production.
Yeah.
And you know, when you think about it, I would say, and you know, to be conservative, I've got about 20 decent songs, which means that you've got about 120 that didn't make the cut. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, if you want to keep following along with how the song's progressing, version 11 happening now, maybe version 12, hopefully not, but if you want to follow along with what's happening, make sure you check out the website unseencrossbearers.com, and there's information for you for what Jerry's doing and going to be doing with his music. So make sure you check it out. And Jerry, always good to see you. Thank you for being part of the night.
thank you.
And thanks for rounding us out for this evening.
It was absolutely my pleasure, and I so enjoyed seeing you again. And
Likewise.
I am glad I came at the end, although following behind some of these artists tonight, they were just amazing.
Yeah, it's always good evenings. Lots of different varieties of music, and yeah, it's great to see everyone and great to hear everyone as well. But thank you again, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.